All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to begin. Grab your seats, pour yourself a drink, and welcome to the show. Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's show. My name is Adam Cardone, aka Reverend Cardone, and you're here right now on Behind the Devil's Curtain, Episode 2, Transylvanian Adventure. Let's have some fun. Grab a drink, grab some snacks. I have an evening prepared for you, unlike any other evening here live on YouTube. And if you hear me loud and clear, and the sound's good, and I'm coming through nice and crystal clear, please do me a favor and hit me a little, hey, looking good, and making sure it looks good, because this is all new for me, and I am learning on the job. So here we go. Let me have a sip. Tonight I'm drinking my favorite non-alcoholic beer. It's a dark beer. Athletic Brewing Company makes the best NA beers ever. Cheers, everybody. Happy Devil's Night. Happy Halloween. Let's have a blast. If you are new to this channel, please go to that subscribe button, like the video, and hit the notify. It all helps me get to that 1,000 mark. And guess what? I think I'm like 4 people away or 5 people away from hitting the 500 mark. I'm almost halfway there. And that's because of you guys out there. All these guys, I mean, right in here. William and Daryl and everybody in here supporting the cause. Thank you. So come on in, folks. Grab your seats. Let me check something here. Yeah. So if you're tuning in right now for the first time, you're probably wondering what this is. A lot of you know me as a magician. Some of you know me as a musician. Some of you know me as a weirdo that likes all sorts of occult and forbidden knowledge and philosophy, theology, shamanism, all of these things. Well, the show you're watching, sleight of hand, forbidden knowledge, and the art of real magic. And on this show, I explore the relationships between those two, what it all means, and how we can have some fun with it and make our lives better. That's it. And it's pretty simple, actually. But, you know, tonight's called Transylvanian Adventure for a reason. And I think you're going to like this. I get to tell a story that only close friends have heard the whole bit. And there are parts of this that I'm not going to be able to divulge live. I'm just not going to be able to. So you'll have to come meet me in person to hear the real story. I mean, not the real story, but some of the details I'm leaving out. Now, if you stay tuned tonight on this show, at the very end, I will unveil the new project I have been working on for, a while now. A solid good year, but there's also been another chunk of time before that. Let's see here. I'm going to go over here and see who's in here. Sound is glitchy, someone said. Okay. Now, if you stay tuned tonight on this show, how's this sound? That's interesting. If the sound is glitchy, that's no good. A solid good year, but there's also you know what this is? Let's see here. I'm going to go over here and see who's in here. Sound is glitchy, someone said. Okay. Now, if you stay tuned tonight on this show, there we go. Let me see something here. 1, 2. Okay. Let me know if this sounds better. There's something going on here. If you saw my setup here, you'd be like, okay, that looks like a Mad Doctor setup. Turn your volume up. Let me see if you can hear me. Hearing an echo. Daryl can't hear. Hold on. I'm going to fix the sound before we go on here, folks. Hold on. We need the sound. Now I'm fine. Thank you. It's so hard for me to tell what's going on here. Thank you. So sorry about that. So I don't know if you could hear what I was saying before, but stick around to the end because I'm going to unveil my major project that I've been working on. And you guys in here are going to be the first ones to not only hear about it publicly, but to jump on some things that you might be interested in. Where shall I begin? Oh, if you're new, go hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to hit the 500 mark tonight. If you're having a blast tonight, do that. Subscribe. If you want to donate, hey, go for it. There's a donate button. Listen, this show costs a lot of money, and already, the donations have paid for a lot of the equipment you're seeing right here. Oh, you can't see it. It's all around me. But yeah, it's already started. So anybody that donates, it goes to a good cause. It goes to these shows and producing them and making this thing keep going. So thank you, everybody. I got a nice little crowd in here. Oh, wow. Look at this. We got a bunch of people. Yeah, happy Devil's Night, everybody. The night before Halloween. Infamous for causing trouble. Okay. Oh, you know what I wanted to do tonight? I wanted to start by showing you the first trick I ever saw. And I do this. Take this off here. I do this trick only because it literally is the first trick I ever saw. My granddad used to do it. You've all seen this before, okay? You've all seen it, so don't get excited. But I do it in honor of my granddad. Remember this one here? Ow, ow, ow. You guys remember that one, right? So that is that's the first trick I ever saw. I think it's the first trick everybody's seen. Check this out. My granddad was really good at it, and when he did it, it looked like this. Watch. Ow, 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 ow. Whoa, 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 whoa. Right? That's a great trick. I'd love to know who first came up with that. It must have been like a caveman. Well, it doesn't scare anybody anymore. It's very hard to frighten a child with that trick. When I was a kid, it scared me. But I have an updated version, and this is because of IKEA. Yes, it's an IKEA knife, and yes, it is sharp. Watch this. Ooh, this one hurts, folks. Watch. And yeah, there we go. That's the updated version. Wow. Don't try that at home. All right. Now, if you've seen any of my live shows on here, I got the news show, the evening news. I also have Boardgasm, which is my board game show. But this one, Behind the Devil's Curtain, is very different. But even here, it looks a little different. There's some things out here. And I know you're wondering what this thing behind me is here. It's not a backdrop. I'll show you. Behold. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, upon first sight, you're thinking, wow, who's going in and when? Right? Well, we'll get to that in a second. Just so you can see how large this thing is, this block and blade is about 15 pounds. All right? I need each and every one of you to imagine something right now. I need each and every one of you to imagine that instead of this lowly carrot underneath the block and blade, it's you. I want you to imagine what it would be like to be laying there right now with a 15-pound block and blade above you. I'm going to slowly remove the safety, and then I'm going to pull the red handle, sending this crashing down on poor Mr. Carrot. Watch. Here it goes. Ooh. Wow. That's fun. We'll get back to this a little later on. What do you say? Okay. I'm going to tie this up. Put the handle back with the safety. Okay. Just leave that right there for now. Yikes. Yeah, we'll get back to that a little later on tonight. don't forget to like the stream. Huh. Not sure what you mean. You mean the channel or the stream? Oh, you mean like the... Oh, yeah, right. Thank you. Thank you for liking the stream. I understand now. You know, I am a little bit behind the times with the computer stuff. As you can see. So, folks, tonight I got such a great show. You see a lot of these props right there? Cardone's strange artifacts from around the world. Well, a lot of the things around me right now come from my spook show, which is a old school type of entertainment that's basically been gone since the 70s. And there's a few people out there doing them, and I'm one of them. And I've assembled an authentic spook show, and I've also assembled an authentic dime museum, which is a miniature museum filled with strange artifacts from around the world. Now, most dime museums, not all, but most, or a sideshow museum, a lot of the artifacts aren't real. And that's fine. I think it's great. P.T. Barnum, people think, was the guy that said there's a sucker born every minute, and that's not true. P.T. Barnum actually loved his customers. He thought, if you're going to fool them and you're going to dupe them, you better do it in a manner that they like. And that's a very important thing. Remember that. Okay? So, I don't mind the dupe and the fake stuff, but I like the real stuff. And my whole life is all about the real stuff, which is why fake magic, sleight of hand technique, and real magic, to me, they're the same thing. And we'll talk about that. Now, oh, audio is popping. Great. Hold on. Thank you, Davidson. Let me turn it back a bit. Yeah, I'm still learning. Sorry, folks. Okay. Now, I have with me here today pieces of my dime museum, and I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to look at my comments here. If you guys have questions or comments, fire away. This is an interactive show, okay? Anybody jumping in, go like that subscribe button. Hit the like, subscribe, notify. I'm going to hit that 500 tonight. And if I hit 500 and someone notices it, message me, okay? So let's have some fun. I have my table set out. And before we get to the Transylvanian adventure, let's start with a few artifacts, shall we? Now, before we get to the artifacts, how many of you are Godzilla fans? I know we have some. Oh, yes, we do. Well, I'm a crazy Godzilla fan. I own every movie. I have a giant toy collection of just Godzilla. I've been obsessed with Godzilla since I was a child. The first videotape I ever bought was King Kong Godzilla. That's the first one. Actually, it's one of the only videotapes I saved. People don't realize this, but Godzilla is the longest running series of all time. Yeah, it's been around since 1954. There are 28 films, 3 anime films from Japan, and there's a few American films. There's the new ones, which I like. They're pretty cool. Cheers to Legendary Pictures for not messing them up. And I cannot wait to see the new one, the Godzilla King Kong, that's coming out any minute now. And I loved Skull Island. But there's another movie, the one with Matthew Broderick. So in the Godzilla fandom, we call that Godzilla Gino, which stands for Godzilla in name only. Terrible movie. It's one of the only films I've walked out on. I didn't even see the end. Well, one day I was in Chelsea, New York City, walking around, and I saw a giant pile of dead fish. Oh, it must have been around 26th Street in like a empty lot, which is no longer an empty lot. And I saw this giant pile of fish, and it looked like they had just finished filming a scene. It comes out, and I realize it's a scene where Godzilla's eating those fish. It's a bait thing. They like baiting him. And, well, here, I'll show you something I think you're going to like. I'll put it right here. This is one of the fish. That is an authentic Godzilla fish from the set. Right there in glorious foam rubber. An actual prop Godzilla ate. Unfortunately, Gino ate it, and not the king of monsters himself, unfortunately. So, yeah, Godzilla Fish. And I'll show you the back. The back looks like foam rubber. Look at this thing. I love it. So funny. And that's my Godzilla Fish. Now, do we have any bat enthusiasts? Any bat enthusiasts? I'm sure we do. A good friend of mine, look up New Jersey Batman. He's a bat enthusiast, but he's a bat professional. He actually owns a bat cave with real live bats, and he's an educator, and he knows a lot about bats. Well, I have something here that's really unique, and it was actually a present. A lot of the things I get are presents because people, they know I'll take care of the stuff. They know it'll go into my museum and that they will be able to look at it whenever they want because I'll take care of it for them, right? So what you're about to see is pretty shocking and it's very real. So check it out. Bats, vampire bats, when they feed at night, sometimes they go home and some of them didn't get any. They didn't get any food. So guess what? The bats that ate and drank the blood, they'll feed the other bats. Yeah, it's kind of cool. And, well, here's the fact that blows my mind. They'll only feed bats that they themselves have fed from. They make blood buddies. How cool is that? And in the honor of the vampire bat, I give to you, look at that. Somebody I know came across this in a very strange way, and it's kind of mind-blowing. It's real, and it's right here. Look at that. Let me do a little bit of a close-up. Wow. It's definitely terrifying. All I have to say, imagine that thing flying in the house and you get a good look at it. You would be like, whoa. Amazing. I love it. Oh, yeah. You know what? Two-headed tortoises. Oh, yeah. William brought up the two-headed tortoise that Gomez Adams had. Now, I've seen a lot of two-headed turtles in sideshows, and I don't know why, and I'm guessing they're common. Two-headed turtles. Must be a genetic defect that... How cool would it be if turtles just started growing two heads, so they all had two heads? That would be kind of cool. Now, here's something that's cool. I like collecting weird stuff, and a good friend of mine, Tony, if you're watching... That's a key. Put it down here. And this, just a metal cup. Signed metal cup, signed key. And I'll do a close-up. This right here is a cup signed by one of the inmates of Alcatraz who actually got out. Only a few guys actually got out. And this is a key signed by one of the guards. How cool is that? And there's the inmate. His name is, I'll tell you his name. Robert Luke is the inmate. And he was convicted of bank robbery. Yeah, with an automatic machine gun. And I think he also tried to escape from a prison. But he eventually got out and lived to be an old guy. And there he is. And I love having things like this that kind of go together in a set. But yeah, this is the real deal, folks. One of my favorite little things I own. I like things that have symbolic meaning. And, you know, they mean something to me. It's an object that I endow with the power. I don't think anything here has actual, you know, evil energy or good energy or whatever. It's all what I bring to it. And I know how to look at symbolism in these things and use it for my own life. And this here was a present from Ryan, if you're watching, Battler. It looks like just a bottle of sand with the cork in it. But this is sand from the beach of Normandy. And this is very special to me. I look at this and wow. This is soil that I can't even imagine. We've all seen the movies, but salute to the veterans. I mean, this is like This is an amazing little thing that I have. And to most people, it's just a bottle of sand. And right there, sand from the beaches of Normandy. Lots of people perished there, fighting for what they believed in. And right there, a lot of Americans. Cheers, veterans. Thank you for your service. Cool. Now, here's something that's a little grisly. I'm going to show you what it is. It's kind of hard to see. I'm going to put it out here. It's kind of tiny. You see a pack of matches and a piece of brick. Piece of stone. That little piece of stone there came from a fireplace. And these matches came from a Mexican restaurant. El Coyote. And that is where Sharon Tate had her last meal. And that is a piece of Sharon Tate's fireplace. If only walls could speak, what tales they would tell. And I certainly don't want to hear what that wall has to say. I do like spooky stuff. I gotta be honest, the serial killer stuff's very heavy for me. I'm fascinated by the serial killer stuff, but I'm not too obsessed over them. But there you go. Really cool little artifact right there. A good friend of mine has I believe, the world's largest serial killer collection right now. And I got to see it. I'm not going to talk about it too much because I think it might be a whole episode. It definitely is freaky. And the stuff that I saw, it's literally, I think, the world's largest serial killer memorabilia collection. Serial killers and gangsters. There was gangster stuff in there too. Whew. I mean, there's hair samples and everything. It's pretty elaborate. Yeah, we'll talk about that one later. All right, let's keep moving here. Another thing that's in my dime museum, I'm going to put this out, and I was talking about this on my news show the other day. I collect, since I was a little kid, I've been collecting things that are from the backs of comic books. I was the guy that would order them and wait 6 months to get them. And my prized possession that I had, and I still have my original pair, it's like in a case, were these. X-ray gogs. X-ray specs are the original. X-ray gogs are the knockoffs. It's funny. Wow. Okay, so here's what the deal is. I don't know if you've ever seen X-ray glasses or X-ray specs. They actually work. Okay? I'm not kidding. You put them on, you see the bones in your hand. Just order a pair. Okay? Yeah, it's kind of hard to believe. So, the reason why they're in my Museum of Horrors, the man that invented these also invented another thing that I'll show you. Here's a great book. The man that invented those also invented a very famous thing that we all know, and that is sea monkeys. Now, he didn't invent sea monkeys. He marketed them. They're a type of brine shrimp. But there's a little bit of a secret, I don't know if I should tell you, about sea monkeys. There are two secrets. The first one is, they make you believe that there's instantaneous life. Meaning, you clean the water with the special powder, then the next day, you dump the seeds in, and like that, there's sea monkeys. It's kind of cool. Well, what you don't know, one of the secrets, there are eggs in the water cleaner. They put some eggs in there. That way they're hatched already by the next day. It's kind of a little magic trick that he built into it. But here's the shocking part. Harold von Braunhut, the man who invented X-ray specs, sea monkeys, crazy crabs, right? He was an American Jewish man who was a member of the American Nazi Party. Go figure. People are weird. Yeah. And that's why he's in the Hall of Horrors. Really strange story. Harold von Braunhut. They need to make a movie about that guy. Strange stuff. But my favorite thing in the comic books, my favorite, I remember seeing it, I remember obsessing over it, was this. I'm going to turn the page and open it up and click the hand cam. All right, here's the ad. Genuine soil from Castle Dracula. Look at that cool looking necklace. My buddy Howie Pyro from LA bass player from Degeneration and Danzig, he just posted he owns one of these. He got one. Now, this came out in the late 70s, mid to late 70s, and what people don't realize is it was about $9. Back then, that was a lot of money. That was no joke. Most of the stuff I was ordering was $1, $2, that's it. So for $10, you could get a whole box of things. $9? I was smart enough to know that that dirt that's in that little coffin is most definitely from some guy's backyard in New Jersey. There's no way. Let me see here. Where's the mail? Let me see where you mail to. Let me see here. I haven't remembered what. New York, New York. It's dirt from Central Park, folks. It came with a certificate of authenticity. Blah, blah, blah. I knew it wasn't real. So, at that age, I kind of knew one day I might actually get to go to Transylvania and get some dirt myself. It's possible. Well, have you guys seen the TV show In Search of? Mr. Spock? Leonard Nimoy used to host it. Well, on that show, I remember there being a Vlad the Impaler episode and being pretty taken by it. I didn't realize he was a real guy. And yes, he was a real guy. Voivody Vlad Tepes of the Kingdom of Wallachia. And he was considered to be a warlord, which is Voivody, which it means Voivody Vlad Tepes. From the kingdom was Wallachia. It was not called Transylvania then. Where is that map? I have a very... Did I put it over here? I have so many props here right now, you have no idea. Oh yeah, look at this. This is an old... This is a reproduction of an actual map from Transylvania. It's not very accurate, because back then they were not accurate. But there it is. That is Transylvania. And here is Voivody Vlad Tepes. In the flesh, there he is. What's up, Vlad? Now, depending on who you talked to, he could have been a hero. He could have been a brutal, awful human being. But the reason why the guy's famous, the reason why he's famous is because when Gutenberg invented the printing press, some of those first newspaper headlines with the print, I have right here tattooed on me a picture of Voivody Vlad Tepes and his impaled victims, Vlad the Impaler. This is the first subject of tabloid press. Right there. So a lot of the news that they said about Vlad, it was legend already. Some of the awful deeds, legend. Some of them are real, some weren't. Depended who you talk to. Sometimes the awful stories of the things he did were used as allegories of good, as an act of showing strength and goodness. Sometimes he was considered a monster. It depended who you talked to. But basically, he kept the Turkish guys from invading his country for a while by scaring the heck out of them by impaling people. And he also didn't trust his noblemen, his rich guys. He was impaling them all the time too, because they were trying to kill him. So, ready for this? Well, I have it. It's funny. I have it tattooed right here. In 2001, my dream came true. I was like, I'm going to go get dirt myself. I want my own dirt. All right? And now we begin the Transylvanian adventure, because this is crazy. So the first thing I had, okay, because back then, man, I was not, there was internet, but I didn't really use it for research. I basically went on eBay once in a while and did some email. But there was this book called In Search of Dracula. I'm pretty sure it's still in print. And it's basically the history of Vlad Tepes. It's got his history. Here's one of the original woodcuts. And it kind of tries to figure out what's fact from fiction. And the end of the book has a section on where the actual historical sites are. So I'm reading it, and I'm like, okay, it actually says drive down the highway here, get off this road, and look up, and you will see this. I mean, it kind of just gives you driving directions right here. So that's all I had. I had that book. and I had the will for adventure, and I had a buddy in Germany who also had the will for adventure. Dominic, if you're watching, oh, you remember this trip. Wow. What a trip. So, I flew. Hey, Scott Hildebrand. What's up, brother? How are you? Old friend in the house. So, here's the deal. I flew to Germany, met up with my buddy, and the plan was to drive from Germany all the way to Transylvania. Okay, and if you go look on a map, it's far. So we went from Germany, we went to Austria, and then we crossed into Hungary. Okay, now here's where it gets fun. Where's my fake beer? Here's the fake beer. All out. This stuff's delicious. So here's what happened. We get to Hungary, and my buddy's like, hey, there's a friend that we're going to go visit. We're going to go have tea and with this lady and her husband. And so we get to their house, and it's like a little cottage house, and they owned a business. And I won't say what city we were in, and I'm not going to be able to tell you too many details here. And you'll see why in a second. So we go to the house, and they tell us no cameras, no pictures. Okay, I mean, I've had people tell me that before. And I did have a video camera. I mean, I was on an adventure, so I was documenting as much as I could. Meanwhile, my camera was running out of batteries nonstop, okay? So I'm filming, and they're like, no cameras. Oh, great. Put it away. And we go to this little house, and I remember... All right, so here's what I remember. I don't think we were in a basement, but we were like either on the first floor or the basement. And I remember it being a little dark and cozy and very East Europe cozy. And it was a lovely lady and her husband, and we were listening to stories. And my friend knew this person. It was a friend of a friend. And they were like, you got to visit these people. You'll hear great stories. So I go, and we're in there, and they had a cute dog. And for some reason, I got my camera out, and I was filming the dog. I forgot the no camera thing. So I'm filming, and they were like, no filming. And I was like, at that moment, I was like, all right, this is a little weird. So I put the camera away. And then, via the stories, I found out that this person's very close relative, uncle of sorts, was a very famous dictator. And I heard stories. and not only were they a dictator, they're friends with the other dictators. Okay? And, yeah, some scary stuff. So here I am in this little thing. It was a scene out of a movie. It's a little, like, cozy, dark, and I'm listening to these stories about this person sitting on the knee of some of the scariest people on Earth, whilst we were driving to Transylvania in search of the real Castle Dracula. So I am like, wow, I'm already losing it. This is a real adventure. A lot of the times we didn't know where we were staying. And if you've ever been to East Europe, you'll know that it's not a good idea. You kind of need to make some plans. Now, I haven't been there for many years now. 19 years, to be exact. And I'm sure it's changed, but I don't think it's changed much, especially in Romania, which we'll get to in a second. So so we have this experience. It's an amazing experience meeting these people. I felt bad for them because they were still in hiding. Yeah, they definitely had to lay low and not, let's say a word. And, the association, that's it. Not cool. So we went, and we kept driving. And I mean, man, I don't know how many hours of driving. I mean, it was crazy long drives. And the whole time, people are like, where are you guys going? And we were like, Romania. And they were like, why? And I was like, what do you mean, why? Well, you'll hear in a second. Because it's not easy to travel there. As soon as you leave the city, a little tricky. So here we are. We pull up, and I remember at the border, it said Bank of Transylvania. And I was like, whoa! Film! I'm like, oh, it's a Bank of Transylvania. This is like crazy. I mean, it's like Dracula land, right? I'm losing my mind. I've read the book How many of you actually read the novel by Bram Stoker, right? I read it, and just so you know, Bram Stoker never was there. He just did a lot of research. He read a lot of books and descriptions. So here it is, coming true. Right here. I'm watching it come true. I'm in Transylvania soon. So the plan was to drive in and go first to Brasov, which is right in the middle of Transylvania in the Carpathians. And it is the place where the fake Castle Dracula is. I hate to break it to you, but every time you see that castle on TV for sale, Prince Charles is visiting, Castle Dracula, it's the fake one. And I'll show you a picture of it. But I wanted to see it because it's the castle they think that was inspiration for the book. It's called Castle Bran, and I'll put it up right here. Just like this. Let's see if you can see this. I'm going to move the hand cam. Okay, let me do a little close-up here. This is hard to see. So there's the drawing of it. Oh, hold on. That's the drawing, and that's the real castle. And it's an area, it's the Carpathians. It's beautiful. And in that area, it used to be a German area. So the people speak German there. They speak Hungarian, Romanian, and German. I heard all three going on. So we get there, and there's the castle, and it is beautiful, but he never lived there. He didn't build it, and I don't even think he ever visited the place. It was another guy's house. But they had outside a Dracula market. Literally, it said Dracula market, and I was like, oh, they had Dracula tchotchkes everywhere for so cheap, it was embarrassing. I was paying them double the price because I couldn't believe how cheap it was. They were selling Dracula sweaters, and if you walk around my house, you'll see stuff. I bought a set of bagpipes made from a goat that finally fell apart because I used them so much. Now, I bought something here that I have here that I want to show you. This is clearly a souvenir from Castle Bran, and it's just a wooden box. Now, you know those things they sell in the store where you pull the knob and the little snake scares you? Well, this one, if you pull the knob, not only does the snake pop out, but it's got a needle on its nose. Right, bam, hits right where the button is. So if you slide this open, it's even hard to do it slow. It will pierce the skin. This is a mean prank, folks. I had to own it. There it is. This thing's crazy. What else did I buy? I bought a t-shirt. You know, we were buying knickknacks. I didn't really care for the castle. I wanted to go to the real one because you know what I wanted. I wanted the dirt. There's no dirt in this castle. It's like a house. I mean, I guess I could dig on the side. I wanted to get it in the middle because the real castle is in ruins, okay? And we'll get to that in a second. So here we are. We're driving around, and now after we go to Brasov, the city, it's time to go to the real one. And it's in an area called Curte de Argeș. Argeș is the river. If you've seen the film with Gary Oldman, that castle that starts the film where he's in the castle, that's the one. And his wife did throw herself from the parapet. Yeah. And they did have to escape. There was a secret escape hatch, and I'll show you some woodcuts someone made telling the story. So it is the real deal. It's in Curte de Argeș. So we're driving, and we finally get to Curte de Argeș. Now, mind you, in Romania, when you leave a major city, there's nothing. We pulled into places where there was no food, no drinks, no gas, nothing. And I remember one time we wanted to eat, and it was getting late, and we were staying in another city called Sibiu, and we were in the suburbs, and there was no food. I was like, I have to eat. So we finally found a bar that had frozen pizza with ketchup on it. And the whole bar came to watch us eat it because it was so darn expensive. No one could afford it. They didn't want to. So they were like, wow, is it good? And it was freezer burned and not good. But I ate it because I had to eat. We were driving for days. So finally we get to Curte de Argeș. Now, I'm not sure what time of day it was. I'm going to say 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I could be wrong. I need to go look at my video camera stuff because I'll be able to figure out then. And so here we are. We get to the town. People are asking what we're doing there. And we were like, oh, Dracula's castle. And the people in the town are like, you're in the wrong city, man. It's in Brasov. And I was like, what? They don't even know that this is the real one. they think the other one's the real one because they want the tourists to go there, right? So we finally were driving, and I'm following the directions in the book, and we pull up, and it's like there's a mountain. It looked kind of like Pennsylvania a bit. And I look up, and there it is. It's just like it's on the top of the mountain. I mean, when you see it, you're like, wow. It's on the top of the mountain, right? There's no one around. No one. Empty. No cars. Nobody. Zero. Okay? Just us. We're like, wow. Cool. And we see there's a staircase. Stone steps. And then it gets rustic. And I'm like, all right, let's go. So we start to walk up. And it is an awful long journey. I don't know how many thousand steps it is. It's just like, right? And we get there. And there's Castle Dracula. Right there in ruins. I'm going to put some pictures out. Here we go. Now, I got to wait. Hold on one second. So this castle that was built, I'm going to put this here. And then I'm going to put this here. It's going to be easier to see for me and everybody. So that is a photograph that I took of the castle. And they did build a staircase to get up to the actual... It's on the tip of a mountain. It's crazy looking. Here is one of the inside walls, and me and my German buddies. Total ruin. Here's another wall. Right? We are in this thing. There's nobody around. Now, when Vlad Impaler built this castle, he enslaved the boyars, which were the noblemen of his own country, to be the guys building it. And somebody did a tarot deck for Dracula, and there's the card for that. There he is making the boyars build the castle. And the story that makes this crazy is the day he went to get them to build his own castle, Easter. And the story goes that they had their Easter clothes when they started, and when they finished years later, they were still wearing their Easter clothes. I mean, I'm sure a lot of them died in the process. And yeah, so that is the real castle. That's the one. That's his fortress. His I wouldn't say fortress of solitude, but it's his fortress, right? And basically he built it so you couldn't invade it, but it did eventually get invaded, and he did have to take a secret passage. And his wife did throw herself from the parapet into the Argus River. That really happened. So guess what? Well, here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, my dream came true. Authentic soil from Castle Dracula. And I got 2 boxes of it. Now, also, let me click back here. We're not going to talk too much about that, but yeah, right in the middle. There's dirt everywhere, right? It's dirt. Also, the walls are falling in. I mean, wow. Childhood dreams coming true. And you know what? Because of these things, I've educated so many people about these stories and legends, and it's a joy to tell these stories. I hope you're enjoying it. If you're just oh, my mom just jumped in. I remember when I went over there, my mom was freaking out. If you're just joining in, go hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to hit the 500 mark. Subscribe, like, notify. So then, okay, now here's where the real story gets wild. Okay, so as I'm filming, right, I'm filming everything. The camera died about halfway of the experience of being up there alone. There's no one around. I remember being like, oh, the battery's dead. All right, whatever. Didn't care. Took some regular photos. And now was the journey back to the car. And then we were going to drive to a hotel in a city. I believe it was about 3-4 hours away. Okay? Kind of far. And we were exhausted. We have been driving for days and days and days. And here I am with my dirt. And we're walking down. Nobody around. And there are 2 guys. They look like they're 17. They look like soldiers. And they're armed. And we're like, okay, this is the first time we're seeing people. Now, I was told by many people that they have fake police officers over there. So I'm like, do they have fake army guys too? They might. They basically saw us and were like, cigarette? And I was like, at the time, but I was chewing tobacco. And for some silly reason, I decided to offer them some. I don't know why. They probably got sick, just like everybody that tries it. And then we went down, and I was like, all right, that was a little weird. Why were those two guys just randomly on the pathway between Dracula's castle and the road? So we get to the bottom. Now, mind you, here's the funniest part. It's like 60 degrees, 63 degrees. If you look in this picture, here's me and my buddy. This is us in Romania. You can see in the background, that's the Carpathians. Well, 60 degrees, we had a jacket on. Most of it, I had a t-shirt. So we get in the car, and the question was, do we do the shortcut over the mountain, or do we do the longer one around the mountain? So my buddy is like, let's go over the mountain, because it's 60 degrees. As we're driving up this crazy winding road, and I mean like this, and sometimes it goes like this, and there's the cliff, just like in the Dracula book. Same, right? We're driving, maybe 15, 20 minutes up this road. We see a car. Mind you, no one's around, so we're like, why is there cars? This is weird. They slow down, and in German, I forget the word, Schnee. They're like, snow, snow. Snow? It's like 60 degrees out. Snow. They're pointing at the mountain. We're like, what? Now, it's just starting to get dark. It's not dark yet. Almost. And my German friend is like, they were speaking German to us. He's like, I think they're messing with us. I think there's no snow. I don't know why. They don't want us to go that way. It was weird. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Maybe we should listen to them. And he's like, no, let's see. And I'm like, okay. So we're driving, and really hard to drive. Like that. Snow. Hard, storm, lots of it. Piling quick. No one around, swervy road, bad news brown. Scary. Okay? So we're like, that's it. We can't go anymore. We have to turn around. So we turn around. The way down was one of the most treacherous rides I've ever had my whole life. I've had 2 treacherous car rides in the snow, and that was one of them. I thought I was going to die. He thought, it was white knuckles. We saw a lynx run in front of us, which blew my mind. I've never seen that live. It might have been not a lynx, but it was like, it had the weird ears. It was like a cat with the thing, and it was kind of big. And I remember this weird feeling. I was like, this is not happening. This whole thing's not happening. We're driving, and it's like this steep road, and I'm like, oh my God, we're going to fall off the cliff. Now, a couple times we would like swerve and stop, and then I start hearing things in the mountains. And my buddy's like, what is that? And we roll the window down, and we hear like, what is that? It sounds like trees falling. I don't know what's going on. So then we get down, and we're still like, got a while to go to get to the bottom of this mountain, and there's a big, giant tree blocking the road. And I mean big, right? I mean, big, like, a big log. Very hard to move. Right across the road. And we stop, and I'm like, okay, this is really bad. And we had just gone through an underpass, a small tunnel, maybe 30, 40 feet deep, like a little underpass. So I'm like, what are we going to do? And my buddy's like, maybe we should sleep in the tunnel. I'm like, no. We're not sleeping. We're going to move this tree. So him and I figured out how to do it. It was not... okay. So we basically did some physics. We wedged sticks, and we wiggled, and we moved. Oh, my God. That thing just made a noise. Scary. It took us a while. As we're moving it, a car pulled behind us, and a drunk guy got out with a pistol. And I remember him saying to us, "Machina problemo?" I was like, that sounds like Spanish, even though it was Romanian. And we were like, no. And we're pointing at the tree. And basically, he got in his truck drunk and kind of drove up around the tree and got around it. Like, we were like, wow, glad he's got a four-wheeler. We finally got through. Thought I was going to die. Thought I was going to have to sleep there at night. We get to the bottom of where Castle Dracula is. 60 degrees. I kid you not. So now it's like, oh, that was already an hour and a half to 2 hours of baloney going up and down. It was awful. So now it's like another 3-4 hours. So as we're driving, the sun's coming up. We see people carrying coffins down the street. And I find out it's a special thing they do on certain holidays. It's an Easter tradition. We were there on Easter. Yes. The day the castle was built, the clothes they were wearing, the Easter, we were there on Easter. Crazy, okay? My mind was blown. It was like everything's coming together, all these coincidences. We finally get to the hotel, and we're exhausted. I remember finally getting to that room being like, we didn't die. It was amazing. We got the stuff. I mean, it was crazy. So, the end of the adventure is us trying to leave. And I think we went via, I don't know if we went Yugoslavia. I can't remember. I think we were at Yugoslavian border. So we pull up to the border, give him our passports, and he looks at all the passports, and he takes mine, the American one, and goes, no stamp. I look. Yeah, there's no stamp. I remember the border guy stamping us because I was so excited to cross into Romania. I've been wanting to go there my whole life. No stamp. I'm like, wait, what? Huh. He's like, how did you come in the country? I'm like, and we showed him on the map, and he was like, you, come with me. So we pull over, and I go with this guy. And they take me in a room, and they go, sit. And I'm sitting there, and an hour goes by. And another hour goes by. And I'm like, what is going on? So then they come in, and they bring me to this office, and they sit me down, and they're like, no good. You can't leave. I'm like, what? They're like, no stamp. I'm like, I don't know what to say. Can I talk to my friends? They're like, no. I'm like, wait. I'm like freaking out, okay? Finally, I go, oh, I have proof. I have proof. When we crossed over, I filmed everything. I have a film. I literally, I remember Bank of Romania. I filmed the whole thing. Bank of Transylvania. He goes, okay, let's go. So he goes with me to the car, and I go out. I'm like, guys, I need the video camera. I need the video camera. So they're giving it to me, right? And we go in to the room, and my friends were like, what's going on? And I'm like, just wait. So I get the camera. I knew this was going to work. So I go in, and I'm showing them the video, and it's one of those little, it pops open on the side, and I'm like, look, the battery's almost dead, okay? I forget where we charged it. I think we charged it at the hotel, but I didn't have backup batteries back then. It was kind of weird. And as he's looking at it, it was him and a couple people. It wasn't just him. He looks at it, and they're watching, and they look at me, and they go, illegal to film at the border. And I'm like, oh, no. And then he goes, but you can give us a gift. A gift! Great! I got lots of stuff at the Dracula market. We got some fruit in the trunk that we smuggled in, blah, blah. You know, we were told to put fruit in our trunk so they could take it at the border on the way in, and they did. And we still had some extra. And they're like, no. You know what we want. And I was like, oh, great. Can I go out to the car? Yes. So they take me out. I'm like, guys, how much cash we got? How much cash? How much cash? We had $40 US in the car. I'm like, this is it. I don't have any else. This is it. This is the end. Back, there was no bank machine. There was no Venmo. There was none of that crap. So finally, I give them the $40, and they're like, great. They look happy. Now, I got to, one of the things I noticed, and my German buddy noticed, they looked nervous. I think they were the lackeys that had to work over Easter week. It was a holiday. It was Easter. So they weren't the bosses. They looked new at the game. So I gave him the money. No problem. As we're leaving, I'm like, can I get a stamp? And I never forget this. He went, no stamp in, no stamp out. I was like, okay. So I have no proof of being there via passport. I mean, I have proof, but... And, wow. It's that story. There's elements of it I can see crystal clear in my mind. One of the things I was fascinated by is the money there at the time. I don't think they have the euro now. This is plastic money with a window. Yeah, and I believe this is worth like a penny. And then I found out that $40 was about a month's salary for that guy. So they hit the jackpot for that. I mean, I guess they paid so little there. Beautiful place. Transylvania is beautiful. The country is beautiful. The people there are great. I want to go back again. I really do. It was a life-changing story. That was the year my son was born. It really was an adventure. I mean, it was. I felt like I was. Yeah, I became the real thing. I was there to get my artifact for my own thing, and it was life-changing. And I really hope you like that story. If you like that story, subscribe to my channel. Or donate. There's a donate button, folks. Those donations come in. Look, I'm going to show you here. Look, bam. Right there. Streamlabs.com/Adam Cardone. Any money that comes in goes right into this show, folks. The year was 2001, Davidson. It was 2001 in the spring. And I'd been planning it for about a year. One of my other shows, I'm going to talk about my Running of the Bulls experience. I did Running of the Bulls, was it 4 years ago now? It was about 4 years ago. Another life-changing experience. And I ran twice, 2 runs. I'll tell you about it. Not tonight. No. Nope, tonight's the Devil's Night, the night before Halloween, and we are here behind the Devil's Curtain. And I know, you're wondering who's going in the guillotine. Who's going in and when? We'll get to that. Hold on. Let me check something here. Hey, man. Yo, man. Hello. Yo, man, what are you doing? Is that Steven? Yo. Oh, we have a guest. Yo, come on in. All right. He's going to come in now. Hold on. Come on in. Oh, my God. Hold on. Let me go get him. Oh, dude, what are you doing? Come on in. I didn't know you were coming over.
Yeah, I know. Thought I'd stop in. What are you doing? It's a Devil's Night. What are you doing? Are you out there toilet papering?
No.
Are you egging?
No, we don't do that anymore.
Ooh, what the heck's going on in here?
Well, this is a show.
Where?
Right there.
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
No, we're doing a live internet show.
You do that stuff?
Yeah.
Ooh, where's the camera?
Right there.
Oh, there it is. Hey, how you doing? Any ladies out there? How you doing?
All right, stop it.
So, what's tonight's show?
Well, tonight was the Transylvanian adventure, and I'm glad you stopped over.
Why?
Well, I wanted to tell them about another episode coming up. You see, what are you doing?
What is all this crap?
This is the show, dude. See all this stuff?
Yeah?
This is how we run an internet show.
Oh, okay.
So the next show I'm going to do, maybe not the next one, but the next one, is going to be on ventriloquism and puppetry and its connections to the occult and shamanism.
Are you kidding me?
No?
I'm connected to the occult?
Yes, you are.
Ooh, I can't wait. When it's gonna be?
I don't know yet. I don't know. So I'm glad you stopped over because during that episode, I need you to do some experimenting with me.
What are you talking about?
I mean, you're going to be part of the show. You're going to actually be on there. What is wrong? You look scared.
I mean, look, dude, you got stuff everywhere. It's kind of scary. What the heck is a guillotine doing here?
You're going to go watch, okay?
All right.
So I'm going to put you over there, and you got to be quiet.
Ooh, not easy.
All right, stop it. All right, everybody say bye to Steven. And, what's this? Oh, it's weird comments coming in. Oh, someone's talking about something there. Play off. Keep more second. Yeah, off is great. I can't play music. Everybody's asking me to play music. I don't think anybody realizes how crazy the copyright stuff is. I can't even play my own music on here sometimes because it's published. Yeah, it's kind of hard. George Gorlick is retired right now, but he will be back.
Who the heck's George?
Shh, don't bring up George around Steven.
Okay.
Steven, bye.
See you later, dude.
You gonna come help me in the next show?
Yeah, man. See ya. Hi, ladies.
All right, stop. Let's go over here. You sit here and don't make too much noise, okay?
All right. Ow! Ow!
Sorry. All right. Stay there.
I know, I am.
Don't move.
I'm not gonna move.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, stick around. One of the episodes coming up is going to be on puppetry, ventriloquism, and its occult roots. And I think you're going to like that one. And when we do that one, there's going to be lots of puppets and stuff, and I'm going to talk in detail about it. If you want to, on my Magic Method show, which I'm going to be doing more of those, there is going to be a ventriloquist lesson. And I can't wait for that. All right, let me see here. Okay. Well, I think it's time. I think it's time, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Cheers with the fake beer. I know what you're thinking. You're like, let's see what this thing's all about. Now, before I show you the power behind what you're about to see, I just want to tell you a little bit about what it is and where it came from. If you look around here, I have a lot of my spook show props that are in my actual spook show, and some of them, this and that thing behind the artifact sign, which I was going to maybe do tonight, but it's going to be another episode. They were actually props used in the real spook shows in the 50s and 60s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and these two were built by the same guy that built those props. This is an antique. That one was built for me by the guy right before he died. Bud West. Anybody curious to know the man's name? Bud West. This I got in an auction. And the day I got it, I brought it over, set it up, and said, gosh, this thing's big and heavy and terrifying and extremely kind of dangerous. And, like, kind of unsafe. Like, and a magician friend of mine who might be watching tonight, Stuart, he was like, I want to be the first one in the guillotine. So I said, great. He came over and he looked at it and said, you can't put anybody in this. It's too dangerous. And he'll tell you the truth. It is dangerous. And I said, you know what? You're right. It is dangerous. It's really kind of awful. And tonight, I dedicate what you're about to see to everybody who helped out a magician on stage and was treated like garbage. I dedicate what I'm about to do to you. I also dedicate it to anybody that worked for magicians and was forced to wear really terrible outfits. I dedicate it to you too. There's only one guy that should go in there right now, and that's me. And here's where it gets really weird. Normally, I get somebody out of the audience to pull that red handle, putting my life in their hands, but I'm not going to do it that tonight. Tonight, it's all me. So bear with me, sit tight, because I'm about to get this thing rolling. Okay. Here we go, folks. This is going to be amusing. Okay. Let me make sure the safety's on. Hold on one second. You know what I need to do? I need to drink something. Let me get these. There's carrots all over my house. I need to drink something. Oh, right here. Let me get this fake beer. All right. Little fake beer here. Cheers, everybody. Happy Halloween. Okay, here we go. All right. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay. All right. All right, let me make sure we got this here. Make sure my collar's good. All right, folks, I'm going in. All right, this is hard to do by myself and extremely terrifying. Make sure my neck is in here solid. It's kind of hard for me to see you guys. Hi. All right, being underneath a 15-pound block and blade is not very pleasant. I'll tell you that. 2 carrots. We'll put one here. Oop, we'll go the other way. Gosh, this is hard to do, folks. I normally do this myself, but I gotta say, or I mean with a helper. Come on, carrot. Holy moly. There we go. There's 1. Here's 2. Okay. And now I'm going to put my hand on the safety and the red lever. Okay. here. All right, folks. Here we go. If this indeed could possibly be the last time I get to perform, I have a little request. I'd like to sing a song. Okay. Let me make sure the safety's off. Okay, folks, here we go. It's now or never. Come hold me tight. Kiss me, my darling. Be mine tonight. Tomorrow will be too late. It's now or never. My love won't wait. It's now or never. My love won't wait. Oh my God, let me out of this thing. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, that is absolutely terrifying. My God, I never am going to do that alone again. Holy moly, that is no fun, folks. I only do it for your entertainment live, because I know you guys like this kind of stuff. Am I right? Ooh. One day, when I'm old, I'm going to show the secret workings of these kinds of things, and you're going to be like, whoa, that's not safe. Dangerous. Wow, I hope you like that, folks. Whew. All right, we're not done. We still have show. Oh, yes, we do. Gosh, that really is frightening. You have no idea how heavy this is. Oh, it's not good. Okay. What time do we have? Oh, it is... Oh, now we got 10 minutes, folks. 10 minutes of fun. Somebody said they screamed. Well, if you guys are having a blast, go hit that subscription. Did I hit 500 yet? I should. It's very intense. I'm like still... Every time I've done that live, and there were times where I would do it every night live, it's a little weird. I gotta say. I usually have an assistant, like Ryan is usually with me to make sure nothing goes haywire. But yeah, imagine you pull the red handle. Thank you, William. Woo. You know what I want to do? I wasn't going to do this. I think I'm going to show you one more trick. I really wanted to do this tonight. I'm going to need a little music. I wanted to do one sleight of hand segment for you. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do one. A lot of you have seen me do this before. Some of you haven't. I'm going to do it right now live. Let me make sure these cards are ready to go. Oh, yeah. And I'm going to place this over here. And I'm going to move all these carrots. There are sliced carrots everywhere I look in here. Look at this. Let's move these over here. And for me to perform what I'm about to do, it definitely is better with a little music, and I'm going to use some music that I wrote that I can play live here on the show without anybody bothering me, because I own the copyrights. So here we go, folks. I hope you like this. First, let me give this one more shuffle. Oh, yeah. I think these are broken in. They feel pretty broken in. Okay. We're ready to have some fun. I'm going to play a little music, and it sounds like this. Thank you. I hope you guys like that. Yeah, I really wanted to show you guys some sleight of hand magic tonight because it's a special occasion. It is the Devil's Night. It is Halloween tomorrow, and we're here to have some fun. Now, I know a lot of you are waiting to hear the surprise project I've been working on. And I'll tell it to you right now. So, first of all, again, if you're having a good time tonight, the best thing you can do to help is like and subscribe. But you know what? If you donate, it means a lot. This is not easy to do. I've been doing this now for 3 weeks nonstop every day for about, I'd say about 8 hours of work a day to make these go. If you watch any live YouTubers, I'm telling you right now, it is a full-time job. Even the shows that just flip the camera on, Reverend Campbell's show, all of these shows, the amount of work that people put into these is kind of hard to believe, and I'm just learning it now, okay? So, on that note, yeah, donations really go far. And here, I'll show you the donation thing here. Bam. There's the donation link. Yeah, last week we got a bunch in. It was kind of crazy. So you do $5, $1, whatever. It all goes right into the show. Oh, did somebody just hit me? I think I did. Yeah, so that's the best thing is like, subscribe. But if you donate, wow. All good. Now, let me just make sure here I didn't forget anything tonight, because tonight was a full show. Sorry about the beginning. I'm still learning how to when I start these shows, sometimes they don't catch. Something's not right in the catch, and I have to restart it a few times. Sorry about that. And the sound, too, is a little wobbly in the beginning. But I'll get it. Every one of these I get a little better. Are you guys having fun tonight? Does anybody have any questions before we get to the end here? Please, fire away. Woo! Any questions? Let me have a sip here and look at my comments. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the comments. It means a lot. I mean, I do this stuff. I mean, I really enjoy it, but I mean, the real joy comes in watching other people enjoy it. You know, that's what we do as magicians. We create wonder, yeah, that's what we do. Thank you. Nice cup. I've had this cup since 1991 or 2. I bought it in Pittsburgh in an antique store. I love this. So here we go. About a little more than a year ago, I started working on this with a very good friend of mine, a project. Another artist, magician, another guy who's really into forbidden knowledge, somebody who's into theology, psychology, another guy who's also into all things that I'm basically into. We have very similar tastes. There it is. Davidson said it. Stuart Palm. And he's a great artist friend of mine, and I collaborated on my first magic poster with him, and it was a joy. Really easy to work with. We were on the same page. And then we did a kid's book, and not published yet. Working on it. Publishing kids' books hard. Anybody has any ins on that? Let me know. Not easy. So I came to him and I said, you know what? I have an idea for something I think you're really going to like. Actually, I'll show you something. I forgot I had these here. So Stuart himself did a Kickstarter a year or so ago for a pack of cards. The Gnostic pack of cards. These are beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Rick Sherman says, I'm at $4.97. I need 3 more. So if you didn't subscribe, go hit that subscription. I'm almost halfway to 1,000. When I hit 1,000, the game changes for me. I'm going to try to hit it by the end of the year. I went up 300 in like 2.5 weeks. Just because I'm doing these now a lot. Look at these cards. They're a little thicker than a regular card that I would use. But I like them because once you break these in, you can do some cool stuff. They're exquisite playing cards. And when I saw these, I said to Stuart, look at that. I said, I want to do a pack of cards with you. So we were chatting, and I was thinking, these are called the Devil's Playthings. That's what they were called. And I agree. They are the devil's playthings. So we are presenting tonight. You can go click on the website. It's just a placeholder and a mailing list. The first Satanic pack of playing cards. They're called the Satanic playing cards. That's it. And here's the best part. We got it's me and him collaborating, and we got thumbs up from the actual Church of Satan. Yeah, they're endorsing it. They're giving us the thumbs up. So very cool. It was kind of like, wow, this is great. And it's happening on Black Friday is the Kickstarter. So if you go right now to satanicplayingcards.com, you'll see one image. We have a bunch done. We're going to start putting them up now, and I'm going to start teasing it. We have a chunk done. Not the whole thing. But we're going to hit this out of the ballpark, I swear. Just these alone. Like, these are beautiful cards. They're made by a company in Macau that makes them for the casinos. And dude, look at this. I can do doubles. These cards are so springy that I can do some wild card shooting, like, because they're so springy and nice. And yeah, the Satanic playing cards. Now listen to this. The first 100 people are going to get their name on one of the cards. There's going to be a card with a bunch of names. There's going to be an Anton LaVey card. There's going to be a High Priest Peter Gilmore card. There's going to be all the things. Yeah, it's really good. And whether you're a magician, whether you like to do card readings, whether you like to tread on that fine line of pushing the envelope, these are for you. That's it. They're scary playing cards for you to have fun with. And if you're into it, go put in the thing and you'll get emails. All the email lists are confidential, and we will be alerting you when it is ready for Kickstarter. It's going to be ready. Black Friday is the date we're aiming for. And on Black Friday, that's it. Let's hit our number. I think we're going to hit it in one day. I've been throwing the idea out to some people, and man, people are excited. Yeah, it's going to be really cool. I'm so excited. Now, I'm going to throw something out right now tonight. Aside from that, please go support the cause. I'm going to be promoting the heck of this out. Yeah, people like cards. Cards are cool. It's going to be, affordable. I think we're going to keep it pretty simple. It's going to be one deck for one price, 3 decks for another price, and then we're going to have a special package that comes with a tutorial that you don't want to miss. Now, I'm going to offer something tonight. If anybody donates tonight, if you donate $25, your name goes on the list. And if you're wondering what the list is going to be the content that I only show for a day and then put the kibosh on, which is my magic ones. So after tonight, I'm going to lock. Tomorrow, after Halloween, I am locking my magic method videos. Okay? They'll be up live for a few days and then locked. If you're on the list, you can go check this stuff out. You can go look at the back catalog. If somebody, now I was going to do $100, but I'm going to make it $75. If somebody donates $75, you will get your name on the list. You will also get a pair of X-ray glasses, and you'll also get the coolest thing you could ever imagine. If you saw tonight's show and you enjoyed it, I think you're going to freak out when you see the little package that you get in the mail. So for anybody that donates $75, you're about to get an actual historic little gadget thing. Not a gadget, that's the wrong word. A little artifact, let's say. Okay? And that artifact pretty much has something to do with what I was talking about tonight. I think you know what it is. $75. Anybody donate $75 in the next 2 days? Boom! Ian McDonald is on the list, brother. Thank you, Ian. Means a lot to me. Very much. Thank you. It's going right in the show. It's going into my field trip. Wait till you hear the field trips I have planned for this show. Daryl says, where do you get a deck? Well, this is how it's going to work for the decks of cards. This deck, the Gnostic deck's already available. If anybody's interested, look up Gnostic playing cards. Stuart Palm. Beautiful. What's up? Hi, Ian. You got to watch the rerun of this, okay? You're going to love it, dude. Look what's behind me. You'll see. So you need to go to satanicplayingcards.com and put your name and hit the button, and you will be on the list. And then when the Kickstarter's ready, we'll start figuring out who's on the list, and yeah, it's going to be really cool. Thank you. Thank you. Here, look, donate, donate, donate. Here, look, boom. There it is. Ba-ching. Look, Ian's on the thing now. Hi. Ka-ching, 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 ka-ching. Awesome. Yeah, so anybody drops that 75 beans, you're going to get something cool in the mail. When you hear the Transylvania story, I think you're going to see. It basically caused me to have a catharsis of sorts. Alexander Ray is asking questions I can't answer. There's certain things I can't answer in this show. Yeah, look at these. These are just like beautiful butter. Stuart Palm nailed these cards. That's why I was like, dude, let's do a deck together. Ooh, they just feel good. I like the springy in these. I mean, I can one hand shoot these extremely far now. Wow. Folks, this has been a blast. You know, we're in a situation now. There's a lot of stuff going on. We've got crazy politics and this and that, and people are having a hard time. There's a lot of people without work. And we got to stick together. We got to have fun. We got to keep positive. Listen, this month, and I'm being honest. I'm very honest in this show. I had a hard month. I had a great summer. I had a great spring. I got a lot of stuff done. I started reading in crazy amounts when the quarantine started. And then this last month, you know, one of those deals where everything goes wrong and you're got family problems and this and that and the other, and major things hit. All while you're getting busy finally with work. Not easy. But you know what I did? I refocused. I made some major decisions, and I decided to do the YouTube thing finally. I've been delaying it, and here it was. Tonight was another one. This was episode 2 of Behind the Devil's Curtain. I got so many more planned. I have too many things planned. And the field trips is where it's going to get great. Now, some of you might have seen this. Some of you might have seen this. If you go, one of my music projects, so I have a bunch of music projects I've been involved in for the past 25 years. Toilet Boys is the one I toured the world with. Karen Black, I got to do amazing shows with. And actually, I think they're doing a live show tonight somewhere, an online show. And then I started this project about a year and a half ago called Opulence. And we got a record deal on our first show. What? Blacklight Media gave us a record deal. So we have one record out. It came out last year. We played all year, and then we haven't been playing, as you know why. The plan is to get it rolling again. But we made a record, and we have 3 videos. And one of the videos is called Curse. So it's called Opulence Curse. Go find the video. When you see that video, you're going to see the kind of stuff that's going to be happening on this show. And that video might eventually not be on YouTube. So go check it out. Opulence, Black Magic is the record, and the song is called Curse. And the video is pretty amusing, and it's real, and I think you're going to like it. So after we're done here, go check that out. What do we have coming up, man? Well, I've got more. Oh, hey. Look at this. All right. So whoever just did that, I don't know who's donating there. Somebody is getting an awesome package in the mail. Here's what you need to do, though. I need to get your address. So when we're done here, my email is cardonethemagician@yahoo. You could do Gmail, too, but cardonethemagician@yahoo.com. I'm an old school guy. I like Yahoo. Send me your address. You're going to get a package in the mail, my friends. I think you're going to like it. It's really from my heart. And everything I say I'm doing, it's from here. It really is. What was I talking about? The tip made me go, oh, a tip. I love it. Here we go. Let's go back to the live cam. Yay! Yeah, I think the next show. So the next Behind the Devil's Curtain is either going to be puppetry and ventriloquism and its relationship to the occult. That's a lot. I got to give it a shorter title. It also might be a special guest. I'm working on a few things. And then I'm going to be doing a magic method again. Two different ones. Magic Method Level 2 and Magic Method The Art of Ventriloquism, which is a really great hour-and-a-half long lecture. And I normally charge a lot of money. But you know what? I'm doing it here now. Free. That's it. So all these, like, whoever just donated here, like, you're not only hooking me up, you're hooking all these people up too. Because it's going to be a party. And I want suggestions. If anybody has an idea, throw it at me. I'm open. I'm an open book. I'm a talker. I like listening to your ideas. And those are the projects planned for the short term here in the next month or so. And then in the new year, let's see. Oh my. I've got some special guests I want to have live on here. We're going to have a seance episode. We're going to have a pendulum episode. Hypnosis. It's going to go the whole 9 yards. Thank you, Daryl. Yeah. Did I hit 500 yet? Come on. I'm like 3 away. 2 away. Not yet. I think I'm almost there. How many do I have? I think someone chimed in. Well, dude, we've had a great crowd tonight. A consistent group of people in here having fun with me. I can't think of anything else here. I don't want to drag this out and waste your party night. It's the devil's night. Get a roll of toilet paper. Go to the neighbors and do your thing, man. Dude, if Scott's still in here, he knows we used to toilet paper a lot of houses and throw eggs and do all sorts of other things when we were kids. We definitely did that. We need 3 more. Come on. 3 more. If you're watching this, go hit that subscribe button. I promise you're going to have fun with this show. What else? I want to make sure I didn't forget anything tonight. Alas, Poor York. This is a real skull. That's the real deal. I love showing people real skulls. It's fun to... Well, it's not fun. It's interesting to watch how people take a real object like this and gaze upon it and understand what it is. You know, it's amazing that we can reflect upon that. And Memento Mori. I've been reading Stoic philosophy now for a good solid 3 weeks now. And it's very important to remind ourselves that this is all temporary, folks. And tomorrow, it can be gone. So we got to do our best today. Not tomorrow, today. So if you're out there and you got a project you want to work on or do it right now. Don't say I'm going to do it tomorrow. Make one action tonight that's going to set it forth in motion. One, maybe write it down. Thoughts become words. Words become actions. Actions are part of who you are, your character, and that is your destiny. Thoughts, destiny. So, Memento Mori is a very important phrase to remember. Okay? And the other one is people can't forget. And this is very important too. Hold on a second here. Let me open this up. Let me check this out. Let me go to my page here. Now, I'm just going, oh yeah, look, people are signing up. Wow, this is amazing. I love it. Oh, this is so cool. The other thing I want you to remember is this. Oh yeah, look, people are signing up. So all of these things are spooky and weird, and a lot of them are associated with the devil. That character, that mythological guy who's been around for a while. People put it on the devil, and I got to say something. It's funny that a lot of people, they attribute these kind of things to make you interested in, evil things. And as a child, whenever I would look up weird and occult things, it really did make me interested in them. It made me want to learn more. That's what it did. If I was interested in something and someone told me, no, that's bad, that meant go learn it. The apple tree, right? It's the tree of knowledge. I want to know, okay? And I came up with a great Memento Diaboli. Don't forget where it comes from, because it really does come from these things. And on that note, oh yeah. Somebody's reminiscing my high school friend about throwing toilet paper. Oh, this was a fun one tonight. I hope you guys had a good time tonight. My name is Adam Cardone, a.k.a. Reverend Cardone, and this has been episode 2 of Behind the Devil's Curtain, right here. The Transylvanian Adventure. I thank each and every one of you tonight for what you did. I thank each and every one of you for signing up and doing the whole thing. I got donations tonight. Wow. Thank you so much. It's been a busy month, a busy week. Tomorrow's Halloween. I have work. This is my work season. I don't get to party on Halloween. That's when I do a lot of shows. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I had a blast. I hope you did too. Anybody? Oh, thank you, everybody. Scott, Alec, William, everybody in here. Daryl, who else? Amanda, Moon, Eric. Everybody's having fun. Thank you. I'm going to play the outro and a couple other things. Get home safe if you're out and about. And I'll see you behind the devil's curtain, folks. Good night.